Hello and welcome to Dad Got This. We're into the tough questions like, can I smoke a prime rib to perfection on my Kamado Joe? And why were the cows fighting? That second one's easy, because they had beef. I want to thank Kamado Joe for sponsoring this video, and today we are going to attempt a prime rib on my Kamado Joe Big Joe Classic 3. Why am I inside when I'm cooking outside? Because Florida. The weather is going to be unpredictable today, and I don't know when or how much it's going to rain. To cook a prime rib, we need a rib roast. What I have here is a 4.89 boneless ribeye roast, thanks to our good friends at Wild Fork. This guy is a little juicy in the pack after defrosting, which is why I always like to open them into a container of some sort that has the ability to catch that juice. First step we're gonna do is we're gonna pat this sucker dry. Why am I using a boneless rib roast? I wanted to try something different. I always cook bone in. I wanted to try a boneless. You get all the meat, no waste. Although, in retrospect, probably could have just got a bone and cut the bones off and roasted the bones to make my au jus, but I have other bones. For prep, I'm gonna use a little bit of avocado oil as my binder. I don't wanna impart any extra flavors or anything, so this will just make it a little sticky, which is all we need. And we're gonna cook this fat side up, so we'll season fat side down first. This is Dad Rub 1.2. It's my own little barbecue rub that I made up. I've been using it quite a bit, and I like it. So just a nice little barbecue rub. We're gonna kind of do a barbecue rub on the outside of this prime rib. I think it will make it tasty. Pat it in. This basically has salt, pepper, paprika, garlic powder, onion powder. I have a little bit of coffee in here because I love the flavor and what it does for bark. If you want the recipe, I'm gonna link it down in the description. Just a nice even coat. You can use any barbecue rub you want. You could even use just salt and pepper and this would still come out fantastic. At this point, I'm gonna take it and put it on this little rack and stick it in my fridge to just hang out. You could probably do this overnight and it would be way better, but as long as you get like 30 minutes to an hour, you're gonna be good to go. Let's pop outside and go set up the Kamado Joe. Load her up with some charcoal, put some smoking wood, I used apple, and hit it with your torch. Once your coals are hot, go ahead and close it down. Leave your top vent wide open and your bottom vent wide open. Let it sit there for about 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, open it up and we're gonna go ahead and set it up for the slow roller. Put your slow roller base in, then put in your little ring. Now put in your slow roller top, your X-ring accessory thing. On top of the X-ring, go your heat deflectors. On top of your heat deflectors, go a sheet pan wrapped in tinfoil as a drip pan. And then your grill grates. Once that's all settled, close it off. And we're gonna go ahead and close this down to line 1 on the top and 1 finger on the bottom. We're just gonna let that sit there for about 15-20 minutes, see where it stabilizes before we throw anything on it. But here's where we're gonna get serious. We are gonna take these giant split beef bones with tons of marrow in them, and we're gonna smoke them at the same time to make the most amazing beef au jus with bone marrow. All we need to do, take our amazing beef bones. Look at these things, come on, look at this. Oh, so good. All right, take them. We're gonna hit them with some dad dust, a little bit of salt, a little bit of ground black pepper, and an entire head of garlic. All we're gonna do is bust them up, get them out of the paper, and then we're gonna hit it with a good olive oil. This is a rosemary-infused olive oil that I make. All you do is take your rosemary, soak it in the olive oil. It's amazing. And that's ready to go on the smoker with the roast, which should be right about now. We are rocking right around 225. Now it's time for everybody to get into the party. Also, I'm gonna use a wireless probe just to keep track of the meat. And now we wait. We're just gonna cook that till it hits 110 degrees Fahrenheit internal temperature. That's gonna give us enough time to set it aside and then set the grill up for a nice hot sear. See you in a little bit. A little over an hour and a half later. Actually, everything looks pretty good. Soft and squishy on the roast. Our bone marrow is kind of rendered. Ooh. Let's take this off and set this up for a sear. For the sear, all I did was remove everything involved in the slow roller and then go ahead and put the grates down as close to the coals as I could get them. Here's the plan for this. These look too good to just stick in a pot with water and turn into broth. I'm gonna roast these over the coals and eat them as bone marrow. But I am gonna take some of it, all the rendered fat in the bottom there, the garlic, a couple of the bits of the beef that are in there, and that's what I'm gonna turn into my au jus. Oh, the bone marrow is like all rendered down. Oh, all right, all of that is going into a pan. I'll sacrifice one small one. Turn that into some beef broth. Probably should have done this the day before. Now it's time to grill off the bones and the prime rib. All I did was take the bones, stick them over the coals, go on both sides, a little bit on the bone side, a little bit on the marrow side. Not too long on the marrow side because I didn't want the marrow to just drip right out and go into the coals. So I just let them sit there for enough to get some color. After that, I took them off and set them to the side. For the roast itself, all I did was stick it over the coals, let it go for a minute or so on one side, flip it, minute or so on the other side, get the sides. This whole process of searing the roast only took 2 minutes and 20 seconds. I didn't want to go too long and ruin my perfectly cooked roast. To say that looks good is probably the understatement of the century. Now we have to wait for at least 20 minutes, maybe 30, for this to rest before we can slice it. Been about 20 minutes, and that is all I can wait. We're gonna go ahead and set these beef bone marrow over on the side. Warning, I cook my prime ribs rare. That way I can then sear them in the pan later for people who like them more or less. It gives me a lot of flexibility, but this may be a little bit rare. Okay. Nice and tender, actually, perfectly cooked. Try it just as is. Oh man, smoky, amazing flavor. We'll dip it in our bone marrow au jus. Kicks it up a notch. Doesn't even need the horseradish cream sauce I made. But I did make it. Let's try it. A perfect traditional prime rib. And now, bone marrow. That is so decadent. I can't eat much of it, but it's really good. We're gonna turn the rest of this into some awesome broth. God, that bone marrow's good. Spread it on bread like butter. My lawn guy who cuts my yard has to deal with me cooking every time he is out there working. So this time I decided to cut him up a sample and I brought him some prime rib. Well, in the history of prime rib cooks that I have done, which I've done quite a few, that's number one, man. The beef came out perfect. It's tender, it's smoky, it's perfectly cooked for me. If I need to cook it more for other people, I can slice a piece off and finish it in a pan a little bit to give it a little bit more color for the people who are scared of the red. But 10 out of 10. Now, I have a ton of bone marrow left over. I got to figure out a use for it. I think maybe I'll make some bone marrow butter, or some of it will go into more stock. I don't know what to do with it. If you guys have good ideas for uses for bone marrow, let me know in the comments, because I will probably do this again. If you'd like this recipe, it's going to be linked in the description below on my website, dadgotthis.com. I'll also throw some other links in there, like to Kamado Joe, Wild Fork, sauces, items I use during the cook. Some of them will be affiliate links. If you click on them, it helps me out. I appreciate it. Well, we definitely answered whether I can cook a fantastic prime rib on the Kamado Joe. Yeah, I can. And my lawn guy will confirm it. So if you are enjoying this content, please do the likey subscribe thing. YouTube loves it when you leave a like. I love it when you leave a comment. I answer just about every comment in my comment section. If you really want to support this channel, consider becoming a member. Members get 24-hour early access to videos, producer shout outs, credits, all kinds of fun stuff. But if you can't, please just subscribe. It would really help me out. With all that out of the way, I guess there's only one question left to answer. What do you call a cow that can't be milked? A milk dud. Yeah, pretty bad. Dad may tell horrible dad jokes, cook amazing prime rib, but one thing Dad will never do is an outro. So that's it. Bye.